Hello again, everyone. This is American Idioms Part 68. This is the 68th video in my American Idioms series, and like the others, I'll present 5 idioms to you numbered 336 to 340. But first, I'll give you a chance to guess their meanings. Then, I'll give you the answers along with an additional example for each new idiom. I also recommend that you pause the video at each question to give yourself some extra time to think of the answers. So, are you ready? Okay, here we go. Number 336. To cut corners. And the example is, there's always a temptation to cut corners when we are trying to meet a deadline on a new product. But it's not worth it because the quality of the product usually suffers. Can you guess the meaning? And the answer here is A, to do something in the easiest and shortest way. And that's what it means if we cut corners. Most of the time, if you do something quickly or by doing, let's say, completing it in a less thorough way, or maybe the way that you should do it, we call that cutting corners. And that's what they're talking about in our example. They're talking about how there's a temptation, right? You're tempted. If you have a deadline that you have to meet, sometimes you'll cut corners. You won't do the thorough job or everything that you're supposed to do to complete it, okay? And what they're saying in the example too is when you cut corners, most of the time or sometimes or usually very often, the quality of whatever you do is bad, okay? Here's another example. Because the car company cut corners on the production of their new cars, many of their new models were unsafe for consumers. Now, in this example, the car company is cutting corners, right? When they're producing their new cars. Maybe they don't want to go over their budget for this, right? So they cut corners. They do things cheaply and maybe faster, all right? And because of that, their new models are unsafe. Okay, you got it? That's what it means to cut corners. All right. And now for number 337, to be down in the dumps. And the example is, my son was down in the dumps after he found out that he failed most of his final exams at school. Can you guess the meaning? And the answer here is B, to feel sad or depressed about something. And that's what it means if you're down in the dumps. In our example, this person's son was down in the dumps. They were sad or depressed when they found out that they had failed most of their exams at school. Okay? That's just what it means. Now, if you're feeling down, this is a similar way to express a sadness or being depressed about something. Here's another example. Stephanie was down in the dumps when she first moved here because she missed her friends from her old neighborhood. But after just a few weeks, she made many new friends and now she is very happy. Okay, similar situation. Stephanie was down in the dumps. She was very depressed and sad because she missed her old friends. But according to the example, after a few weeks, she was happy because she made new friends. Okay, so she was depressed and now she's happy. Got it? All right. And now for number 338, a necessary evil. And the example is, getting a good college education is seen by some people as a necessary evil to get a chance at a better life. Can you guess the meaning? The answer here is A, something unpleasant that must be accepted in order to achieve a particular result. And in our example, they're talking about how some people feel that getting a good college education is that unpleasant thing that they have to accept in order to get a better life. All right? That's just some people's opinion about that. Okay, right? That's the necessary evil. It's unpleasant for them. Maybe they don't want to pay for a good college education. Okay? There's many reasons. Let's see another example here. Many people see big government as a necessary evil for a stable and prosperous nation. All right, we have some more opinions here about big government. Some people feel that the government is a necessary evil. They don't need the government, but they have to put up with or deal with this necessary evil in order to have a stable and prosperous nation. Got it? All right. And now for number 339, to call the shots. And the example is, directors call the shots on a movie set, and nothing happens without their say-so. Can you guess the meaning? And the answer here is C, to be in charge of what is happening. And that's what it means if you call the shots, or if someone calls the shots. Like in our example, they're talking about how a director on a movie set, they are in charge of everything that's happening, okay? Nothing is done unless they say it goes or you do this certain thing, okay? They call the shots. To be in total control. That's basically what it means. Here's another example. When it comes to choosing their child's school curriculum, some parents prefer to call the shots. All right, in this case, some parents want to be in charge of or in control of what the school teaches their children. They want to call the shots. All right, and now for our final idiom, number 340, to keep on top of something. And the example is, my company keeps on top of the new trends in the fashion industry by doing extensive research online. Can you guess the meaning? And the answer here is C, to stay informed about something. That's what it means if you keep on top of something. Okay, like in our example, the person's company kept on top of the new trends in the fashion industry or stayed informed about these trends by doing extensive research. Let's look at another example. It's usually very difficult for me to keep on top of my emails when I'm really busy at work. In this case, the person does not have time to stay informed because they're very busy at work. They can't keep on top of their emails. They can't do it. They just don't have time. Got it? That's all for this video. Thanks again for subscribing, and please like and share the video to support the channel. And don't be down in the dumps because more idioms are on the way. So, remember what I always say. Keep practicing. See you next time.